Congratulations. It's been going up to a championship for any female in UFC history. So to have that belt sitting there, knowing everything you've been through, what does it feel like?
It's still, I'm losing my voice. It's been a long day, but it's surreal. It's 14 years of hard work coming together. I don't know. I'm still trying to take it all in.
When did you feel the tide really turned in your favor in that fight? Obviously, you probably knew she was going to start strong, and maybe you would be able to break her down and do that over the course of the rounds. Did it kind of play out as you hoped and expected in that sense, or was there maybe some surprises in the momentum shifts of the fight?
I think for me, obviously, I'm my biggest critic, so I wanted a totally different fight for myself for a world title fight. But, there's a lot of good things to come out of that, and I think everybody knows with me, I have cardio for days, and so as the rounds go on, that's my strength. But it was, I don't know, I walked out and I was extremely calm, and I was like, this is really weird. And so I felt like I started a little slow in the first round and kind of just adjusting to everything, but it worked out in my favor.
Yeah, going through a fight like that, Dana was in here and he said, he loves you. We know you guys have a long relationship and history together, but he said it drives him crazy that you never listen to your corner. Were you not listening as much as you wanted in that fight, or what's kind of your reaction to that statement from him?
Well, my corners were yelling at me to let my hands go, and Dana has told me since The Ultimate Fighter, there's no reason I shouldn't be knocking people out. So yeah, he already found me and lectured me on that one, and yelled at me too that I drive him nuts and I should have let my hands go a lot more.
So what do you change in that regard going forward? Because look where it's led you. You can't debate the results and doing whatever you're doing. So what adjustments do you make?
I'm constantly climbing mountains. I'm constantly growing. And so one thing for me is, I learned a lot on this journey back to the world title and being here, and even some of the struggles that I've had to overcome this week. And, I believe, I freaking did it after 14 years of hard work, blood, sweat, and tears. And so there's no more question. I go back, and now, I sit here and preach all the time about having fun. It's time to really have fun, to truly just believe in every single aspect. And tonight when I was dropping some bombs, I seen it written across all her face, and it was just all right, okay, here it is. And so, yeah, I think that's the goal for myself coming out is, let them fly.
And just last thing for me, you called out Julianna Pena in the cage. Dana was here. He said that seems to be likely the fight based on her health. For people who maybe aren't aware of the history between you two, can you kind of explain a little bit, and I guess what beating her in your first title defense would mean to you?
Yeah, that's the fight that makes sense. I honestly thought for the world title it would be me and Julianna, but she's still injured. That relationship just goes back to 2013 when we were both on The Ultimate Fighter. Let's just say I learned Julianna's personality then, and it's kind of one of those ones that you're your own person, you stay your way and I'll stay mine, but you get under my damn skin, and I've been waiting for that fight for 13 years, whether the title's on the line or not.
Okay, on the front right here. Dana did say it would depend on Julianna's health, and if you wanted to be active, maybe you would have to fight someone else. So just looking at the rankings, I think you've fought 1 through 7 at this point in your career. So are you just looking at a long line of rematches potentially, or are there other names that you would like to fight?
Honestly, I really don't care. There's talent in this division. Everybody brings a challenge. People are constantly growing and evolving. I do want to stay active, and I'm getting older and stuff too, and we have our family now, and we want to continue to build on that. So it's just kind of finding balance in between everything, and I would like to defend the title a couple times, and then, that's a wrap for me, so.
And obviously at the press conference, I think things got a little more heated than we expected when you guys were talking. So, but we did see you guys hug at the end and exchange some words. What did she say to you, and what did you say back?
We just said thank you. It's always an honor. It seems these days that it comes down to a lot more entertainment. People have to talk crap to each other. I've never, when I started in the sport, that's not what it was about, and I'm still not that person. It did get a little heated at the press conference, but, she just came up and we thanked each other for sharing the octagon. It's always an honor. You have two people going out there and putting everything that we have on the line. So there's a different relationship that comes with that. And then, she just told me that it was a tough fight and it was hard for her, and taking it as for what it is.
Last one for me. What did it mean to have your family in there? You know, your daughter, Tisha's in there. You got the new belt around. Like, I'm sure you wanted to win the title against Amanda all that time ago, but winning it for the first time with those two in the octagon with you.
I've said it all week. Like, my stars have truly aligned. Like, there's a reason that everything happens, and I truly believe that. And now, like, it's the perfect timing, and to have these memories, like, it's not going to be something that Leia remembers, but to show her these photos, like, that means absolutely everything to me. It fills everything in my heart. It gave me a different motivation. Like, you know, it's constantly making me a better person, and it's going to make me a great world champion. So just to have my family here, and I mean, it goes further than Tisha and Alea. Like, I'm surrounded by a huge supportive family, and then my coaches are my second family. So I just feel the love regardless. Like, I'm just blessed.
Actually, one more. Have you thought about those conversations you're going to have with her? Like, she's obviously not going to remember them now, but you can pull photos up and be like, look, like, I have the belt and you were there.
Yeah, I'm going to show her how awesome it is, but I'm going to remind her we're going to do self-defense and no fighting, no fighting.
Raquel, at times, I don't know, the crowd got a little bit restless. Maybe the action wasn't going the way they wanted to go. Does that register you at all during this 5-round fight with Mara?
No, at the end of the day, like, they're not in there, you know. People, they look on the outside and they want to see different things, but when you're actually in there and you're putting in work, whether it's up against the cage or it's a grind, like, it's hard, it's tough, and positions are very different. So, I mean, of course, people, they hear fighting and they want to see knockouts, they want to see blood. Like, people are just very aggressive with that, and that's going to be sports fans for you. But for me, like, at the end of the day, I had a goal, and whether it's pretty or not, like, I achieved my goal.
Miesha Tate, past opponent of yours, your coach on The Ultimate Fighter. I know it seems like a lifetime ago now, but she praised you guys on social media. She thought you guys had a great fight. What does it mean, you know, hearing about her support and other of your peers who probably sent you positive messages after the fight?
It's absolutely awesome, you know. I mean, we're all out here, we're grinding, and we're working hard. You're going to have those athletes who, they talk their crap and stuff, but, you know, Miesha, I mean, she's one of the pioneers of the sport, and I remember when I fought her back in 2016 now, at Madison Square Garden. After that whole fight, you know, we hugged it out and everything, and she told me one day I would be a world champion. And, like, those are honestly words that I held very close. Like, she's done a lot of things for the sport. So to see where my career's grown to and, like, all the things I'm starting to accomplish and have accomplished, like, it means everything.
How does it feel to join the list of mom champions? There haven't been that many in UFC history, but you're one of them now.
It's wild. Like, I'm still taking everything in right now. Like, I have the UFC world title right in front of me. Like, I am the bantamweight champion of the world.
Raquel, just over here. When you were at Media Day on Wednesday, you were stating how great your mindset was throughout this camp going into this fight and trying to just treat it like any other fight. Was that the case as the days got closer, the hours got closer, or were you just having a great poker face this week going into it?
No, I mean, it's been a great week, and my mindset has been really good. Today was actually a very interesting day for me. Like, I mean, people want to learn the story behind things, and so this is one of them. Like, I woke up this morning, and to be in this position, like, this is something people dream of. This is what I've dreamed of, again, for the last 5 years, but this is something I've worked hard for. And, you know, I remember back in the day, I said I wanted to be one of the first women into the UFC, and people laughed at me, and I was like, and then I'm going to be a champion, and people laughed at me again. And to get here, and I woke up this morning and, like, literally questioned everything. I mean, if you can't hear it in my voice, like, I woke up so sick, and I had to spend a lot of the morning talking with my coaches, my sports psychologist, Tisha. Like, I had to dig deep and pull out and, like, really find the champion mindset, because as a person, like, I did break this morning, but I mean, it wasn't a poker face all week. Like, I've been solid in my thoughts and everything that I was going to go out there and do. And then it took one, you know, I sat here and did a session with my sports psychologist and slowly started gathering myself, and then they brought my little girl around, and I seen how beautiful she looked, and I was like, all right, like, I'm not quitting. I'm going out there and I'm doing this. It doesn't matter how I feel.
Congratulations.
Thank you. We good?